Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Are we talking about failure? Christopher Dedeyan here. I am so happy that we're talking about failure today. And the reason why is because I truly believe we don't talk about it enough. We look at people today that are succeeding extremely well and we idolize them and we assume that they're there because of their talents. But we don't take the time to look at every single failure that they had to go through to get to that point. Or even our social media environment. We always post the greatest pictures, the greatest things that we're doing, the greatest events, but we don't show every single step that we had to take to get to that amazing experience in our lives. And if we imagine 5 seconds that failure didn't exist in our society, there were so many great things that wouldn't exist. Let me take, for example, the whole Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling was completely broke and jobless before she started that. It even took her several times before being able to publish the book in itself. Or if we look at Walt Disney and everything that he's created, he was actually fired from his first journaling job saying that he wasn't creative enough. Or if we go into Oprah Winfrey, she got fired from her first job saying that she doesn't have a face for TV. So if we look at all of these things and we just look at their successes and we don't look at their failure, it actually doesn't help us. And there's actually studies that show more that we speak about failure, it's actually going to help us with everything that we're going to succeed with. And this study was actually done in 2006 by the University of Columbia. They took 2 groups of students. The first group, they gave an exam, and the second group as well, the exact same exam. The exam was on Albert Einstein and Marie Curie. So the first group, they told them everything that Einstein and Marie Curie did that was phenomenal. So all of their successes. The second group, they told them those same successes, but they added every single failure that they had to go through. And the exam came in with the results that the second group scored a lot higher than the first one, because they were able to associate with them that these are people that are just like us. They fail like us. So they weren't thinking that there were people that were unreachable. So this was actually very amazing when I read this. And the whole point of this video in itself that I'm doing today is I want people to start changing their perception of failing and when they are going into a failing state or environment in their lives. And the second thing is I want to start talking about failure. Because as I just said, if you start talking about it, there's actually a higher chance that you're going to succeed. And in my personal experience, failure has created who I am. It's because I've failed so much in my life. From a young age, at 8 years old, I was diagnosed as dyslexic. And in the education system that I was in, it wasn't necessarily made for me. So I went failure after failure after failure. But every single success that I've had, I actually attribute my successes to my failures. Because at a young age I learned how to fail and continue, I was able to transition that exact same thing that I learned into my businesses. So the first time I met a difficult moment in my business that I was almost gonna have to go bankrupt and stop my company, I decided to continue and I was able to make it into a 6-digit company. But that was only because from a young age I learned that failing is just keeping going and just learning from your failures. And another example, actually another study that I really found interesting was done by Yale University. They went and they took the prisoners from the Vietnam War and they asked them all their questions about what happened when they were imprisoned and all this like nasty stuff that happened, which I wouldn't wish on anybody. And they were completely surprised to see that the majority part of the prisoners said that they actually got a positive experience out of this. Yes, it was horrible. Yes, so many like nasty things happened during that time, but they got out like a life-changing experience. That's exactly what they said. And if we think about it, just look at around you. I'm sure there's some people around you that have probably gone through some crazy experiences in their life, maybe even life-threatening, but they come out saying that this was a life-changing experience. It was a blessing in disguise. So if we just change the perception of the difficulty that we're going through into the fact that this is a learning opportunity, maybe that difficult period is actually going to be easier than before because we know that we're trying to learn something. And we have to stop saying, why me? If you're going through a difficult time, let's stop saying that. Why me? Why not you? Do you have somebody else to suggest? Nobody would want to switch places, right? You have to start asking yourself, why not you? And what am I trying to learn? What is the universe or the world trying to teach me during this period? And try to learn from it. And if you have that mindset, like I said, that difficult period is actually going to go easier. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video and you'll be able to implement it in your day-to-day life starting from now. And actually take the time to comment down below, because if you comment, you'll be able to really solidify what you learned today, and just tell us what experience you went through in your life that you learned from and you just flourished ever since that experience. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not hesitate to like and subscribe. And I'm going to leave you off with this. Live your life on purpose and with purpose.